Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, back to another Train Simulator Classic video, and we're back on the West Coast main line over Shap. And I didn't realise this, we're at Lancaster. I did not realise that the Morecambe branch, Lancaster to Morecambe, is also included as part of the standard West Coast main line over Shap route. That was a very nice surprise. It's only a short run down to Morecambe, but it's one I've done as a kid many times in real life. Just under 4 miles down to Morecambe, so we'll have a little trip to the seaside. We've got the Pacer, which everybody in the Train Sim community, well, seems to love. Everybody wants it in TSW. It is in TS Classic, of course, and thank you to Dovetail for giving me access to the Pacer. So we're going to run the Pacer, because this is what I have been down there onto Morecambe many times. I love this livery, by the way. That's really nice. We've got Liverpool Lime Street on the front. That must come in from the actual train itself. I don't think there's a way to change that unless I'm such a noob that I haven't worked that out yet. Because if I go into the cab, you would expect this to do something, but it doesn't, so I can't change that. Anyway, shall we get everything set up, ready to go? So we'll get the master key on. We'll get the... Let's just acknowledge that. Let's get the reverser. I still find this a little bit tricky, if I'm honest. There we go. Got it into forwards. You can do it with this, of course, for this, you know, the noob's hood, as I've been calling it. Let's have a look at the lights. We've got the headlights. We want the instrument panel on. We'll have the destination light on. Now, what we need is the tail lights at the back. So if I switch the back, this is really good. What a shame you can't do this in TSW. Just switch to the back cab, just like that. Let's change this to tail lights. We'll put the destination light on as well. Oh, it's already on. That's good. Okay, excellent. Nothing else we need to do at this end. So let's switch back to the front. We can actually open the window. It's a nice day. So, shall we do that? If I can blooming well work it out again. Oh, there we go. That's it. Okay, excellent. I don't like that field of view, that big field of view. Let's come back a little bit. We'll do it with the mouse. We can get slightly nearer. That's more like a TSW type of view of the cab, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look outside. Here we are, all ready to go. Let's have some horn. Love it. Brakes are released. Shall we go? Now we're going direct to Morecambe. I think there's one intermediate station, as I recall, which is Berlin. But we're not going there. We're going straight down to Morecambe. So there is this. There's also included. You can go to Heysham. You can go down to BNFL, well, it was BNFL. Is it still BNFL at Heysham? It's all a big secret squirrel down there. But that's included as well. What isn't included is the Windermere branch from Oxenholme down to Windermere, which is quite a nice run in real life as well. We talked about that in the last live stream on Saturday. But I have been having a fiddle around on the Steam Workshop, and somebody there has created the Windermere branch, and it's free to download on the Steam Workshop. So I've just picked that up this morning. I've not looked at it yet. Hopefully I've got all the requirements for that. It does say on the Steam Workshop all you need is this route. That's the only requirement, so I'll find out soon enough as we speed up across the River Lune. This is the Lune Viaduct. Is the Lune. So Morecambe is out here at the top, and this flows out towards Morecambe. You can drive up this road. It will take you to Morecambe once you've been through Lancaster City. There, the one-way system. Though there is a new road now. There is a new bypass which will take you around that. You can sometimes get stuck in that one-way system, to be honest, and it's a bit of a pain. Anyway, shall we speed up? We do 110 on the main line. I think, what's the top speed of the Pacer? 75. So we'll play it legit. let's stay in this view, shall we? It's not too bad. Some of the field of views I've found, you sat too far back. I think I've found that with the Pendolino as well, because you know I've run the Pendolino quite a bit so far, up and down this line. And the Pendolino to me feels like I'm sat right back, and it's a bit strange when you're in playing TSW where you don't have that field of view slider. But it's good in this that you get the choice, definitely. I can see why people would sit back, because you want to see more of the cab, don't you? It won't take me long until I'm able to remove the noob's hood even, and then we'll just get this bottom bit displaying. But just now, while I'm practicing, I've only been playing it, what, less than a week. I'm going to leave this on for now. There's nothing wrong with using it, by the way, if you're new to it. I think it's very handy. All your main buttons, etc. here, windscreen wipers, etc. Picking up, setting down passengers. Because there's a lot of keys to learn to do the equivalent. And you've got to train your brain for that. Well, I do. I've not picked that up straight away yet. I know I'm pressing T to pick up passengers, and I'm pressing Q to cancel the AWS, etc, etc, but there's a few others. Space bar and B is for the horn, so I've learnt a few this week, but I'm not familiar with all of them yet. So it just takes time, but I am really enjoying it. You can tell the last couple of videos on the channel have been Traim Sim Classic, and I'm just discovering so much within it. Because through TSW, I've actually got a lot more appreciation for trains overall, and now having this as well means I can extend that. Some of you guys know lots and lots and lots about trains. I don't, but I'll tell you what, the amount of knowledge I have got just in the last couple of years, before I started playing, in comparison to before TSW, well, I know so much now, and it's participating in the forums and the streams, watching Dovetail, watching other streamers. And it's actually quite a nice hobby, isn't it? It's quite a nice hobby. This is the Morecambe branch now. We've just turned off the main line. The main line is carrying on up there towards Carlisle. This is us. Oh, it looks great, doesn't it? Love it. I like being in this view as well. You know, from my TSW videos, I like to be outside the cab quite a bit. You guys can tell me in the comments, but it's difficult to... Do the AWS alarms work outside of the cab? Because I keep missing them. You've got to rely on watching over this side for this to light up. There, like that, you see. There's no audible alarm, not that I can find in the settings or anything, which is a bit of a shame, because it is nice, especially on a little branch line. It is nice to be able to run it like this, as well as being in the cab a little bit. So we've got just over 1.5 miles to get to Morecambe. It's just a little jaunt down there. You know, it's really pleasant, and it is when you go in real life as well. And it pretty much takes you right down to the front. So for me, coming from Preston, you can sometimes get a direct train from Preston. I don't think there's many. Generally, you'll catch one to Lancaster, and it'll take about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes from Preston, and then just cross the platform to where we pick this one up. And all day there's just one of these running backwards and forwards between Lancaster and Morecambe. This is Burr Lane, by the way. Should speed up actually. We do have a signal box. We've got a signal box there on the left, but we've got a crossing here, which is quite noisy, isn't it? And I'm so pleased this is included. Do you know, it's a bonus. I thought, oh, West Coast Main Line, okay, that's good. The whole of the main line, up to Carlisle and just beyond, that's great. You know, I'm going to love a good run. But at the same time, I've quite enjoyed these little bits and pieces. And it's brilliant that this is included. I do like a branch line. And you can run this in no time. I mean, we're not even doing the going rate here. We can do up to 45. We do have a 30 coming up as we're coming into Morecambe, but I just enjoy it. I don't mind a little canter along, you know. And it's a pacer. Shall we have a look what everyone's doing? We've not got many on. We've got a couple of people sat there up at the front. So many memories inside. So many memories. Alright, but we are approaching Morecambe in less than a mile. So we're already under 30, so we're good for the speed limit. It does go down to 15 just on the way in. So let me know you guys if you guys are enjoying this series. I've got quite a bit of DLC installed, courtesy of Dovetail, so thanks to them again for that. So I do plan to cover a fair bit of this in amongst the other stuff we've been doing. But right now, I'm just loving being able to jump in a train and drive to places I can't go in TSW. It's addictive, it's very addictive, I will say that. Alright, half a mile. Let's take a look outside, shall we, as we make this approach. You can see, there you go, there's the front, there's Morecambe front. The town's over here to the right hand side. So if you follow this along, you follow Morecambe around this coastline, you would end up at Blackpool. It's a bit of a walk, but you could do it. There's one of those alarms again. I think I caught it. Right, let's go back in. We'll just drop the power for now as we're coming into this 15. There's the board there for the 15. Actually, I've gone a bit too slow there. And you can see Morecambe Station there just coming into view. So just a quick one today. But I saw this last night and thought, ooh, yes! And I've got a pacer. Why not? And I mean, in the you know, in the quick drive, you can kind of run whichever of your locos you've got, or your trains. I think, I need to check, I've got a 158, but I think as far as DMUs go, I haven't got many. But this is a perfect fit because up until recently these were still being used between Lancaster and Morecambe. I know because I've seen them. I haven't been on one for a while, but I've seen them. So there we are, this is Morecambe. Shall we get the doors open? So, hope you've enjoyed it. Just a little one today. It's been a lot of fun. Take care everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.